Good morning. This is Pastor Jeff. We're here for our daily lectionary readings, Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. Psalm 81, once again, is our psalm reading. Jeremiah chapter 2, verses 4 through 13 is our Old Testament reading. And our New Testament reading comes from the Gospel of John, chapter 7, verses 14 through 31 and 37 through 39. I have not clicked up on the message tab yet, but with the message, those scriptures might be expanded with it being divided up. We'll check and see that in just a few minutes. Here we go. As far as remembering, this is Wednesday, so we're still reflecting back on what happened on Sunday. Psalm 81, the message. A song to our strong God, a shout to the God of Jacob, anthems from the choir, music from the band, sweet sounds from the lute and the harp, trumpets and trombones and horns. It's a festival day, a feast to God, a day decreed by God, solemnly ordered by the God of Jacob. He commanded Joseph to keep this day, so we'll never forget what he did in Egypt. I hear the most gentle whisper from one I never guessed would speak to me. I took the world off your shoulders, freed you from a life of hard labor. You called me to your pain. I got you out of a bad place. I answered you from where the thunder hides. I proved you at Meribah fountain. Listen, dear ones, get this straight. O Israel, don't take this lightly. Don't take up with the strange gods. Don't worship the popular gods. I'm God, your God, the very God, who rescued you from doom in Egypt, then fed you all you could eat, filled your hungry stomachs. But my people didn't listen. Israel paid no attention. So I'll go off the reins and told them, run, do it your own way. Oh, dear people, will you listen to me now? Israel, will you follow my map? I'll make short work of your enemies. Give your foes the back of my hand. I'll send the God-haters cringing like dogs, never to be heard from again. You'll feast on fresh baked bread, spread with butter, and rock pure honey. Our Old Testament reading comes from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verses 4 through 13. Hear God's message, house of Jacob. Yes, you, house of Israel. God's message. What did your ancestors find fault with in me, that they drifted so far from me, took up with Sir Windbag, and turned into windbags themselves? It never occurred them to say, where's God? The God who got us out of Egypt, who took care of us through thick and thin, those rough and tumble wilderness years of parched deserts and death valleys, a land that no one who enters come out of, a cruel and hospitable land. I brought you to a guarded land where you could eat lush fruit, but you barged in and polluted my land, trashed and defiled my dear land. The priests never thought to ask, where's God? The religious experts knew nothing of me. The rulers defied me. The prophets preached good Baal and chased empty God dreams of silly God schemes. Because of all of this, I'm bringing charges against you. God's decree. Charging you and your children and your grandchildren. Look around. Have you ever seen anything quite like this? Sail to the western islands and look. Travel to the Kedar wilderness and look. Look closely. Has this ever happened before? That a nation has traded in its gods for gods that aren't even close to gods. But my people have traded my glory for empty God dreams and silly God schemes. Stand in shock, heavens, at what you see. Throw up your hands in disbelief. This can't be. God's decree. My people have committed a compound sin. They've walked out on me, the fountains of fresh flowing waters, and Lynn dug cisterns. cisterns that leak, cisterns that are no better themselves. Our gospel reading comes from the book of John, chapter 7, verses 14 through 31. With the feast already half over, Jesus showed up in the temple teaching. The Jews were impressed, but puzzled. How does he know so much without being schooled? Jesus said, I didn't make this up. What I teach comes from the one who sent me. Anyone who wants to do his will can test this teaching and know whether it's from God or whether I'm making it up. A person making things up tries to make himself look good, but someone trying to honor the one who sent him sticks to the fact and doesn't tamper with reality. It was Moses, wasn't it, who gave you God's law, but none of you are living it. So why are you trying to kill me? The crowd said, You're crazy. Who's trying to kill you? You're demon-possessed. Jesus said, I did one miraculous thing a few months ago, and you're still standing around, getting all upset, wondering what I'm up to. Moses prescribed circumcision. Originally, it came not from Moses, but from his ancestors. And so you circumcise a man, dealing with one part of his body, even if it's the Sabbath. You do this in order to preserve one item in the law of Moses. So why are you upset with me because I made a man's whole body well on the Sabbath? Don't be hypocritical. Use your head and heart to discern what is right, to test what is authentically right. That's when some of the people of Jerusalem said, Isn't this the one they were out to kill? And here he is, out in the open, saying whatever he pleases, and no one is stopping him. Could it be that the rulers know that he is, in fact, the Messiah? And yet we know where this man comes from. The Messiah is going to come out of nowhere. Nobody is going to know where he comes from. That provoked Jesus, who was teaching in the temple, to cry out, Yes, you think you know me and where I'm from, but that's not where I'm from. I didn't set myself up in business. My true origin is the one who sent me, and you don't know him at all. I come from him. That's how I know him. He sent me here. They were looking for a way to arrest him, but not a hand was laid on him because it wasn't yet God's time. Many from the crowd committed themselves in faith to him, saying, Will the Messiah, when he comes, provide better or more convincing evidence than this? Jumping to verse 37. On the final and climatic day of the feast, Jesus took his stand. He cried out, If anyone thirsts, let him come to me and drink. Rivers of living water will brim and spill out the depths of anyone who believes in me this way. Just as the scripture says, he said this in regards to the Spirit, who those who believe in him were about to receive. The Spirit had not yet been given because Jesus had not yet been glorified. And here ends our readings for the day.